Okay. I think it's visible now, right?
Yes, madam, visible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay. So first, in the introduction, we are going to see why we need programming initially, then why Python, then a few information about the history of Python. Then we are going to see the scope of Python and what can we do with Python. And currently, who all uses and why do people use Python? So everything we are going to see, maybe in the real time, how the usage is based on this Python programming language. We're going to see that and we're going to move towards the implementation part. Okay, so I will also be introducing few tools and we're going to see sample code. And at end of the this course, we are going to see few projects. Okay, so first of all, I just need one very simple answer from everyone. Why do you think we need programming language? I know that. So why we wanted to learn or why we need programming language? Can you give me the answers? I'm waiting for the answer. So please be ready with the chat window. Yes, to instruct the computer, very good. To communicate, yes. To build an application or software, yes, Shubhashri, correct? Yes. So we need programming language to talk to the machine, right? Yes, reduce the work. So a lot of usage are there. For example, you have a laptop or you have a PC, and if you don't know to code, it's literally waste you having that machine. Yes. So you have to know programming languages to talk to the machine. Imagine that you have your favorite car or favorite bike or scooty at your home and you don't know driving. It is similar to that. Okay, so knowing a programming language is very must to talk to the machine, to interact with the machine. Why? Because machine doesn't know any language. Yes or no? It doesn't know English or Hindi, any language. It doesn't know. It knows only the binary code, which is called machine code, ones and zeros, right? So we have to communicate with the machine through binary code only. For that, I have to write a programming language. So through that programming language, I can instruct my computer, do this, open this application. Or if I'm developing some calculator application, I have to tell my machine through the programming language only. Yes or no? Maybe like Notepad and all those things. How it works? By writing a programming language only. Clear? To develop some application, definitely you have to know programming language to interact with that application or interact with the machine. Clear? Hold on. Yes, I got very good answers from everyone. So to communicate with the machine, definitely we need a programming language. So that, if, for example, now I'm interacting with you in English language because we're comfortable with that. Everyone knows English. The same way, I need a programming language to talk to the machine. So it is an interface between human and computer. Clear? Okay. So see, I have just given a few companies who are using Python today. What are the famous companies? Can you tell me what are the companies here you know? I think we are familiar with Google, Yahoo, IBM, Instagram, YouTube, NASA. Yes or no? So I think Spotify also. All these companies are using Python in one way or other. I'm not telling that complete Google is made up of Python. Complete Quora or complete Instagram is made up of Python. I'm not telling like that. One way or other for developing some feature or some module, they are using Python in their work. So without Python, you cannot fulfill that application or software. Clear? So these are the famous companies using Python, but all other startups or other companies, one way or other, they are using Python. But here I have listed only the few companies which is very famous. Clear? So let me tell you if it is Google or if it is YouTube, how they are using Python. It is very interesting to know, right? Look at the screen. If it's YouTube, so how they are using Python? For example, you watch some video, and if you would like to share that video to your friends, how will you do it? Do you think under that video we have a button called share? Yes or no? So you share it with your friends through WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram. Yes or no? So that sharing system is made up of Python in YouTube. Clear? And with respect to Google, how they are using Python? The web search. For example, if you're going and searching what is Python or what is machine learning, yes, or how to code in Python. So that web search system is made up of Python. Likewise, see if you take Netflix, there's complete software infrastructure. For that, they have used Python, and for NASA, they have used cryptography and intelligence analysis, right? So any one of the features, they are definitely using Python. They need help from Python one way or other. Is it good? This is the first time we are knowing, right? Because these are the applications we are using on the daily basis. Yes or no? So which means Python is involved in a daily based activity. Yes or no? So YouTube, Instagram, every applications we are using on the daily basis. Yes or no? Yes. I want to reply in the chat. A quick yes. Thank you, Shnupriya. Okay. So now we'll explore. Okay, dream job through Python. Maybe for those who are a student or fresher, if you are ready with Python is the foundation for all the field. If you're going for web development or machine learning or data science field or artificial intelligence field or data analysis, we have lot of roles actually with respect to Python. So once you're ready with that, you have a multiple options to choose, multiple path for your career. Clear? So if you know Python, which is like you can achieve your dream job. You can, even though if you're not employed, you can do some freelancing work. Clear? So Python is the foundation for all the field. Okay, so I've listed only few, but we have many other fields also. Okay, and companies hiring Python. The same companies have taken here. Why? Because I can list only the famous companies, but all other companies, one way or other, they are hiring. If you know Python. Here, these are top companies who are seeking for Python developers. Clear, guys? And next, why Python? Because we have Java, we have C, C++. Yes, what are the programming language you know? Maybe if you don't know to code also, what are the programming languages you're familiar with? I think Java. Everyone would have heard about Java. C, C++. That was the beginning, right? So earlier C++ wasn't peak, then Java. Then now they're telling it's Python. Why? Why Python? Because it is easy to understand. Even though if some candidate or person is coming from non-technical background, if that particular person is coming from mechanical background or civil background, doesn't matter. They are able to adapt to this programming language. Why? Because the logics and syntax are easy in this programming language, which is making us to learn very quickly. For example, if the person who have 10 years of experience already, they are working in the field. If they wanted to migrate to new project, so they are finding it easy to learn all the concepts or whatever the technology is coming with respect to Python. They are feeling easy and they are able to adapt quickly. Clear? And one more reason we have why we are going for Python. So a Python developer, has created lot of built-in functions. So if you wanted to do some complicated tasks, okay, there are a lot of thousands and lakhs of built-in functions available in Python where you can easily make use of that. For example, if I wanted to implement one concept in Java, for example, if I wanted to send automatic message or automatic email in Java, if I'm writing 10 to 15 lines of code, in Python, I can write it in 2 or 3 lines of code. Why? Because this built-in functions is helping me out to make this task work quickly and easier. Okay, so built-in functions are available. It's ready. You're going to import and use it, and you're going to implement your concepts very soon. Clear? We'll see that also in our daily sessions. We are going to see that also. I will show you one example. Clear? So, lot of libraries, packages, which is called built-in. The developer has created multiple thousands of not even thousands, lakhs of packages and thousands of libraries are available and ready for our usage. Clear? So for each different task, we have each different library to implement the concepts. Clear? So that's why Python is in peak and we are choosing Python. Clear? Next. And Python supports, what are the technology it supports? As I mentioned, it supports website development, cloud computing, scientific calculations, artificial intelligence, generative AI, Twitter. Like, see, we have a lot of technologies, data analysis, yes or no, machine learning engineer. If you wanted to go as AI engineer, for everything, Python is a base, foundation. Only if you know Python, you can just go and work in these technologies. Clear? There are a lot of technologies. Again, I've listed out the very famous and which is in demand. Okay, so now I'll give you a very simple example comparing Java and Python. Okay, I'll give a very simple example. Okay, so for example, I'm just going to add a very simple two numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to implement the same concept in Java and also in Python. Okay, look at Java. For just adding two numbers, what I've done, 1 second, guys. Yeah, thanks for waiting. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of replays in the chat, but since if I share the screen, I can't able to see the replay also. Okay, very good. Oops, okay, because of easy and independent. Yeah, yes, very good, very good. I'm getting a very correct reply. Okay. Yes. See, so this is the comparison. So from this comparison, you can easily understand why we are going for Python. Okay. See here, look at Java. Just adding a very simple two numbers. You define a class. Maybe if your background is technical, you will understand more. But if you're fresher, don't worry. Just look at the screen. We are not going to anything. I'm not going to tell anything technically over here. Just look at the number of lines of the code and look how difficult it is to understand when you're coming to Java. Yes or no? So it is like without defining the class. Can you see public class and public main? Without defining the class, main function, and look at the data type. Integer, they have given because which number you're adding, whether you're adding integer or float, you have to mention. Clear? So without doing all those things, you cannot add even a very simple two numbers. Yes or no? How many logic and syntax are following in Java? But look at Python. I didn't do anything. Just have taken two numbers, 10 and 20. Definitely, we need some a variable or something to store those values, right? So for that, I have taken a variable a and b. Clear? Very simple. Then I have to add a plus b, which is holding those values. And again, when I add a plus b, I'll be getting 10 plus 20, 30. I'll be getting 30 as an answer. For that, storing 30, I need one more name. For example, if you're giving your phone number to me, I'm saving it with your number, right? For example, if your name is Bhanupriya, I'm saving your number as a Bhanupriya. Like that, if I'm taking some value or data here, I need some name to store that data. Yes or no? So that is a variable name. So variable name here is nothing but A, B, C, which is holding some data. Your data can be anything. It can be integer, float, or string, or a list. It can be anything. But look at the code here. I've taken a variable and the value, adding and printing. Very simple. There is no any rule here. I didn't mention the class or main. I didn't even give the data type, which number I'm going to add, whether I'm going to add integer or float. I didn't mention anything. Just I've given the number and I'm adding it. Why? Because in Python, we have the built-in thing, which is called object-specific allocator. No, it will understand what type of data I'm entering. In memory management, we have a concept called object-specific allocator, which it will understand by itself. Oh, the person has given integer, two integers to add it. Okay, so you don't have to mention I'm adding an integer or float. You don't have to mention because we have some built-in concepts to understand what type of data we are given. So it will add and give you the answer. Clear? So that can you see the difference between Java and Python? And that's why maybe this is a same case for every concepts. That much simple Python it will be. Clear? And see, just for printing hello world, again look at the difference. Just for printing one word, again in Java, without defining class, main function, you can't print anything. But look at Python. Very simple. Print means what? You have to print something. If you know English, you can learn Python easily. Clear? See, I've given print. Inside that print, because since hello world, it is a sentence, it is a word, right? You have to give it inside the string, quotation. I'm just printing hello world. That's it. It is going to print that. Clear? And what is Python? This is a basic formal definition. Python is an interpreted high-level general-purpose programming language. I'll tell you why it is interpreted. Okay, for that you have to understand the process of Python, how the Python is running. Because if I write a simple code, if we run that, we are going to get the output. That is fine. But what is the process happening behind? How my machine is understanding the programming language which I am writing in Python. How it is understanding? Because my machine doesn't know English. Yes or no? If I take a equal to 10, it doesn't understand what is a, what is number 10. It doesn't understand. But how it is being converted into ones and zeros, binary language, how my machine is understanding, that is the process of Python. So we're going to see that next, the process of Python. Clear? And he is the founder of Python, Guido van Rossum. So this is a developer who has done a wonderful job for us, created a lot of built-in functions, which we can directly make use of that and benefit for a difficult task. Clear? And so this is complete. Don't worry, I'll give forward the slides also to you. So this is some history about Python, when it was founded and when the first version was released. Yes, so all those details I have given here. Okay, in 1989, he started the implementation at Netherlands. Okay, so few details when he started, when he started to release the version 1, 2, then 3. Okay, maybe you can Google it also. It is available in the Google also. And next, why the name Python? For example, in earlier days, we don't have television, mobile phone, nothing, right? So Guido van Rossum has a habit of reading a book. Okay, so he was reading a comedy script book. Can you see this picture? This is the book actually he was reading. The comedy script book name was The Complete Monty's Python's Flying Circus. This is the book's name. So he was actually, he developed the programming language, but he was thinking what name he has to keep for that. So he was reading this comedy script, so he got inspired by this name and he took this Python over there. Okay, fine. Other than that, maybe like he was thinking on different names, but finally he concluded with this. Okay, this is the detail of version list. I think currently we are into 3.11. I have to update that. So I have given you the version, the release date from 1.0 to 3.8 I have given. But here again, we reached 3.9, 10 and 11. Currently we are in 11. But in usage, 3.10 has been come into usage. So if we are going for the implementation, we'll check the version of Python. It will show you 3.10, something like that. Clear? Okay. So why we want to learn Python? Again, I think I mentioned, I told you this. If you know Python, you can work in all these fields. Data analysis, processing, machine learning, artificial intelligence, games, desktop application, web applications. So we have a lot of things. I've just listed out only the famous and few things. Okay. We have a lot of technologies to work when you know on or when you're ready with Python. Okay, and these are the tools. See, we have Anaconda Jupyter Notebook, which is an offline tool. And can you see the CO? Google Collaboratory. I think in this tool only we are going to work today. Collaboratory, Google Collab. And also we have PyCharm and Thorn Editor. We have a lot of tools. Even Visual Studio also they are using it. Okay, but these are the very famous tools which is used for learning and implementation purpose. Maybe in the real time also they are using it. Clear? Okay. And these are the top libraries. I told you, right, why Python is famous. Why Python is famous? Why? Because we have a lot of built-in libraries over there, and each library consists of 1,000 packages. If you take one library, inside that library, you have 1,000 packages. Clear? So like that, we have lot of libraries. So we have to be ready and explore one by one. Clear? And can you see we have NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib. See, of the first four libraries is used for data analysis and visualization purpose. If I'm giving you some data, how will you analyze? I think this first four libraries we are going to explore in our course. I have that also in the syllabus. Okay, we'll take one data and we'll start doing the analysis, and we will visualize and see by through this library. Clear? So if I have a COVID data, these four libraries will able to analyze how many of them in the city got affected, how many of them male, female, and child, how many of them got recovered, for doing all those analysis and predicting some analysis. For example, in next 4 months, the cases will be increased to such level. So you can do the predictions also based by using this libraries, and you can visualize it and see through various plots. We have wonderful plots and charts where you can visualize it and also see. Clear? And can you see PyWhatKit, which is used for sending automatic WhatsApp message? And rest, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, SkyPy, Keras are used for artificial intelligence. When you're going for machine learning or artificial intelligence, we just use these libraries for training our model. For example, we have Alexa, how it is working. We are training that model by giving the data. So based on your question, it is giving some answer. For example, ChatGPT, how those models, how those applications are working. That is machine learning, AI. So for all those things, we use these libraries. Clear? Fine. So these are the things you have to know before you are entering into Python programming language. Clear? Yes, any doubts so far? Okay. See, PyCharm is like when you're going for some web applications, PyCharm is good actually. Clear? Okay, so I'm getting no, ma'am. May I know what is no? See, here, as of now, I explained you why you have to learn Python. Because directly going to the concept and sitting and writing the code doesn't make sense, right? You have to know how it is taking the place in the real time. Yes or no? And then if you start learning it, you will know the worth of it. Maybe once you're ready with that, what can you proceed to the next step? You have to be aware of that also. Yes or no? Yes. So can you give me one S? Are you clear till here? Why you are learning Python now? Very good. Yes, Hema, to support artificial intelligence, machine learning concepts, we have a lot of libraries for web development, data analysis. Okay, so only with the help of libraries, we are going to implement many tasks. Yes, Dhanalakshmi, to analyze the data, exactly, to visualize the data, to train your model with the data. For everything, library is must. I think in the syllabus also we have 4 libraries. We are going to explore it. Clear? Okay. So now we are going to start with the implementation of tool. Django, yes, Django is for web application, Vinod. Okay. Django, we have Flask to create your web application. Fine. Okay, so now we are going to work with a tool called Google Colab. Why? Because this is an online tool. How many of you have you joined from mobile? Just if you're joining from mobile, give mobile or PC or laptop. Can you mention in the chat? Okay. Laptop, PC, mobile. Okay, many are from mobile. This is expected one. Okay. Okay, those are from laptop. You will find it very comfortable. And if you're from mobile, looking at my screen and then also for implementing, you will find it difficult. Those who are working in laptop, you can try the implementation along with me. Maybe the people who are joined from mobile, you may find it hard, right? For looking at my screen and typing again in the Google Colab tool, you will find it very difficult. So you guys do, the people who have joined from mobile, please listen first of all. You can listen and understand the concept. Then please later, by looking at the recording, try it in the Google Colab tool later. Maybe if you're finding it difficult, you can go for it. Otherwise, if you're able to handle it by looking at my screen, listening and implementing it, if you're finding it easy, you can go for the implementation. You can try it along with me. Clear? Okay. So now you can go to the Google page. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Okay. Fine. So now please go to this web search engine and type Google Colab. Google Colab. Is everyone able to see the first link? Welcome to Collaboratory. Yes or no? Click on that. Welcome to Collaboratory. The first link. Okay, you have to get this page. Open notebook. Is everyone ready with this page? Open notebook. If you are reaching this, I'll guide you further. Good. Okay, I'm getting many yes. That's great. Okay. So now can you see the option called new notebook? Yes. See, I have the files because already I worked in the collab. So I have a lot of files which I have implemented before. But you all have to click on new notebook. Can you see the below left hand side? You will find new notebook. Click on that new notebook. Maybe if you are not logged in with your Gmail account, it will ask for the authentication. Give your Gmail ID and password and enter it. Okay. So let me know everybody when you reach at this page. Hope everyone reached this page. This one. Okay, I'm getting a lot of this. Okay, I'll wait for a minute. Just go to the Google, type Google Colab, and the first link you will get as welcome to Collaboratory. And after that, you have to click on, or maybe you will get a dialog box called Open Notebook, and below that you will find New Notebook. Please click on that. You will be entering into this page. Okay. Give me a thumbs up, whoever have reached that page. Good. I'm getting reply only from the frequent people. What about others? If you have any issue, also let me know. Okay. Good. Okay, I'm getting a lot of yes. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay. So now I'll tell you how to use this tool first of all. Okay. Can you see the option called plus code here? Plus code. So as of now, we used to call this as, can you see this box over here? The start coding, this one, this box we used to call it as cell, one cell. Okay. So you can write anything. For example, you can write a code. Let me add two numbers. Maybe you can also try along with me. Already we have seen this example, right? I'm going to create a variable A and assign a value integer 10 to the variable A. Then I'm going to create a variable B. Then I'm going to add integer 10 or 20 to the variable B. Then again, one more variable to hold the answer A plus B. Then I'm going to print this variable C. Now, if you run this, maybe whoever have not logged in, when you're running this cell, it will ask you to sign in or give the Gmail authentication. Then again, you can give and enter it and it will work. It will run and give you the output. Clear? And this, can you see something like called run button, play button? If you click on that, You have to click on that. So it will just load and it will give you the answer. This is how this tool will work, and you can run your Python script and look at the outcome. See, it has given me the answer called 13. Is everyone getting this? If not, I will give this code into the chat. Maybe you can just which process you wanted to repeat, Samina? The Google Colab process. Guys, I've given the code into the chat. You can just also copy paste it and run it and see. You have to get the answer 30. Samira, I'll tell you, I'll repeat this step for you once again. So please listen. I'm just going from the beginning. Okay. So this is the Google, right? Go and type here Google Colab. Google Colab, and you will be having the first link called Welcome to Collaboratory. Click on that. So once you click on this, you will be getting this dialog box called Open Notebook. Below this, can you see the find option called New Notebook? Click on this New Notebook. Okay, so it will open a new notebook for you. Okay, so this is how I've reached here. And you can type any code here. So here, as of now, we have learned to write how to add two numbers. Very simple. And if you click on this play button, run button, you will be getting the answer. Clear, Samina? Everyone getting the answers? Let me know. Very good. I'm getting the answers. Okay, yes, good. So now you have learned to know how to just write a very simple code and execute your Python script and see in that tool. Yes? Okay. So now we have a lot of options to explore in this tool. Can you see the title called Untitled 24? Shall we rename our file? Yes or no? Just you can give Python introduction. Give Python intro. So let me give 2024 because I have a lot of files with Python intro. So I'm giving 2024. You guys can just give a name called Python intro dot. And this is the extension for this notebook file. IPYNT, Python notebook file, because this is a notebook which is going to hold multiple Python scripts. That's why there is a notebook file. We used to call this file as a notebook file. Clear? Do you know what is the extension for Python? Extension for Python. .py. See, we have extension for Excel file, right? What is the extension for Excel file? .xlsx. And what is the extension for text file? .txt. Yes. And what is the extension for, I think, CSV file? Or we have a lot of things, right? C++, Java. So in the same way, we have extension for notebook file also, which is nothing but .ipynb. This is a Python notebook extension file. But when you come to Python, if it is a Python file, then your extension, it is going to be .py. Clear? Got it? Okay. So now this is the extension will be automatically given over here. You can just rename your file name. Okay. So now I have renamed the file. Now I have only one cell over here, right? If you wanted to write another code, what can you do? Maybe you can write it here also. Otherwise, if you wanted to write freshly, can you see the option called plus code over here? Plus code. Click on that multiple times. See, multiple cells will be added. Can you see here? Try clicking on plus code. You can able to see multiple cells will be added and you can write multiple Python script. Clear? And if you open the file, if you wanted to open one more new notebook, you can open it. Open is nothing but, for example, I have saved my file as Python intro, right? If I'm closing this complete tab, and if I'm opening this Google Colab again, how can you access this file? Python intro 2024, how can I access this file? Very simple. Go to file, click on open notebook. Can you see this? The recent file will be on the top. See, my file is over here, Python intro 2024. By clicking on this, you can open this file. Clear? And if you wanted to download, rename also you can give rename, you can copy to your drive. Okay, you can save it and download. So it is telling that For example, this will be stored into the collab itself. If you wanted to download into your local PC, just give download.ipynb. So it will be downloaded as a notebook file itself, Python notebook file. Again, if you're downloading it also, you can open through by clicking on open notebook, you can open through the Google Colab. Okay. Or if you're not downloading also, it doesn't matter because already we have saved here. So if you give open notebook, it will be available here itself in the recent files. Clear, guys? This is how you have to, because usually what happens in the sense, the students used to execute all the Python scripts in this file, but later they will forget to save it and they don't know how to open it. That's why I'm guiding you that in the beginning itself. Clear? So please give a title, file name. Okay, it will automatically save. So if you go to the file and click on open notebook, you can see your file. Okay, so don't please miss your file. If I'm sending you some materials, I'll be sending you in a notebook file format only. So you can download it. If you have it in your local PC, after downloading it, you have to open through Google Colab only. Like document or Excel, you cannot click and open the notebook file directly. Let me show you one sample. See, for example, I have one notebook file here. Hold on. Okay, but this is actually one notebook file. Okay, see, if you look at the type, it will tell you, look at the type. It is telling that it is, let me keep the cursor. See, what is the type showing here? This is IPYNB file. If I open this directly, what happens? See, it will be like this only. Hold on, it's loading. See, it will be like this only. It will not open properly. It will be like some a code format, because it will not support. You cannot directly open the notebook file. So how you have to open it? Only through the Google Colab you can open the notebook file. Okay, so please log into Colab and click on File, Open, and you can access it. Clear? Clear with the instructions how to use this Google Colab? Okay, good. And coming to edit, very simple. If you have deleted a particular cell, you can paste your cursor inside and you can edit. You can just delete it. You can paste it. If you deleted it by mistakenly, you can undo it. Okay, these are the options we have. View. View, I think we are not using it much. Insert, if you want to insert one cell in the beginning, you can go for it. And text cell. For example, if I wanted to give a title over here, how can I do it? You can give a text cell and you can write a title. For example, if I wanted to, we are going to see types of error, you can give a title as types of error. So how I'm doing this? By clicking on insert, wherever you're keeping this cursor, below that it will create you a text file. So you can write a title by clicking on the text file. Clear? And runtime. If you want to run all the cells together, you can give run all, or run, if I'm having the cursor here, if you wanted to run all the cells above that cursor, you can give run before, run after, or run the selected one, like that. Clear? So these are the options we are using frequently when we are working with Google Colab. That is notebook file. Clear? Okay, fine. So now tell me one thing. So now you learn to write a basic code. Yes or no? How to add two numbers. How to add two numbers by writing a Python code, you have learned. Can you implement the same concept with how to multiply two numbers? Can you try it? I'll give you 1 minute. Try it in the Colab itself. Because every script is running in the new code. New cell, or you're talking about new code? If you keep it in new cell, it will be easy. It will be organized. Okay. Okay, I think everyone done, right? Okay, good. Very simple. You're going to change this as multiplication symbol. That's it. It will work. Clear? Okay. Now you have just learned to write a basic code in Python. For writing a Python code, you have to know few things. So first we're going to see about components. What all we need? What all the components is required to write a basic code? What all can you able to see in this code? For example, what all you can able to see in this code? Can you tell me? We have a variables. Yes. So without giving a variable, you can't write a code. I'm getting many answers. Very good. Very good. Wonderful. Yes, Swati. So for writing a basic code, you need a variable. Value is nothing but the data, right? Data. Then what you're going to do with that data, whether adding or subtracting, yes or no? So from this, what can you understand? For writing a code, we need a variable like components. We need a data like integer, float, or string. For that, we need to know what all the data types are there in the Python. And for doing some calculation on that data, we have to learn what all the operators available in the Python. Yes or no? These are the basic things you have to know before writing a code. As of now, this was easy to understand, so you understood. But what in case if I'm dealing with string or dictionary or set over here? You don't know how to handle it or deal it with, yes or no? So before writing a code, you have to know what are the components we have, what are the data types we have, and what are the operators we have. Once you know all these things, now you are ready to write a code. Yes. Okay. So now we are going to explore what are the components we have, data types and operators. Before that, I just wanted you to explain one thing. Hold on. Yes, I was talking about process of Python. Yes or no? So you have to know this for sure. What is happening in behind? For example, you wrote a code now for adding two numbers. You have taken A, B, you have taken two integer, added, multiplied, divided, fine. How you are getting that answer as 30? How my machine has understood I am writing such code for adding two numbers? How it is happening behind as a Python developer, or when you're telling that I know Python, you have to know this process happening behind. Because when you go for an interview, or if you're a faculty, when student is throwing some question at you, you should be ready to answer. You can answer first of all only when you know the process happening behind. Clear? Let me tell you. For example, I'm going to create a calculator application now. Okay, imagine that we are going to develop a calculator application. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, so first, if you want, for example, let me take my file as calc dot Python file, right? So my extension will be .py. Clear? So I'm going to create a calculator application now by writing a Python. What will be your first step? You have to write the code, right? For developing a calculator application, you have to write a code that is called source code. Okay, the first step, I'm going to write a source code for developing the calculator application. Fine, we are done with writing the code. So after finish writing the code, what will happen next? According to the tool or front end we are seeing, you will click on the run button, you will get the answer. You're going to perform the calculator. That's what we're able to see actually. But what is happening internally? That is very important. The first step will be, please focus on this. The first step happen once after writing the code. The first step will be compilation process. What is that? Compilation process. Only if your compilation is successful, you will be getting the bytecode generated. Now, what is this bytecode? Suddenly, you're hearing something new, right? Bytecode. I'll tell that. I'll come back to that. What is bytecode and why it is necessary? Now, first, listen the process alone. The first step will be compilation process, and only when your compilation is successful, your bytecode will be generated. And now, my complete source code is converted into what? Bytecode. Clear? So now I have my bytecode, which is representing my calculator application source code. Now, I have a concept called interpreter. Okay, so this is called translators. I was talking about, right, how the machine is understanding whatever we are writing the code in Python or in English, how the machine is understanding because of the translators in between. The translators, which is nothing but compilation and interpreter, which will convert the source code into binary. Clear? Because we need a translator or some mediator to communicate. For example, we have a language translator. Yes or no? They're talking in Japanese. They convert into English or Hindi or Tamil. In the same way, we have a translator in between to tell to a machine whatever we are writing in Python or Java, whatever the language we are writing. This translator will help us to convert the programming language or source code into ones and zeros. Okay, this is called translators. Compilation and interpreter. Now what my interpreter will do now, it will take this bytecode and it will convert into ones and zeros. Now, what the interpreter is doing now, it is taking the bytecode and it is converting into ones and zeros. Now my machine is understanding, oh, they have written some source code or something to perform calculator application to add two numbers. Now, line by line, actually, the interpreter will take and convert into ones and zeros. So whatever the code I have in bytecode, the interpreter will take line by line and it will convert into ones and zeros. Now, the machine will understand completely whatever we have written through ones and zeros, and it will give us the output accordingly. Clear? So this is a complete process is happening. This is the first step. Are you clear with the first step? Let me know. Yes, Dhanalakshmi, yes. Okay, this is the first step. We have two more steps. I'll tell that also. Okay. Actually, I can't zoom it because here I just wanted to use this annotate. Okay, so if I zoom, I can't use it. So that's why I've just clicked on edit. So when I edit that, it is just the size is going. Let me try to. I can't do it. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll repeat once again. So first of all, when you're writing the source code for creating a calculator application, the source code, after writing the source code, the first step will be the compilation process. If your compilation is successful, the bytecode will be generated successfully. And later, the interpreter will take the bytecode line by line and it will convert into machine code. And finally, machine will understand whatever we have written and it will give you the output. Clear? And one more thing, this is the first step. Second step, this is the process happening very smooth. But there is something, some problem also we'll face here. That is called second step. I was talking about something if your compilation is successful. Only it is successful, I told bytecode will be generated. What is that successful? Based on what you're going to decide the code is successful when you're compiling it. So there comes error. At the compilation process, you will be checking for the compile time error. We will be like working on the types of error also after this. Okay. So while compilation process, we will be checking for the compile time error. If there is no compile time error, my bytecode will be generated successfully. Then the process happens as usual. What in case if I have compile time error? Your execution will stop in the beginning. You won't get any output. You will end up with error message stating that you have such error. So there is no other way. As a developer, we have to go and make changes. We have to clear this compile time error. Clear? So once you are clearing this compile time error only, further process will continue. Otherwise, your execution will stop at the beginning itself. Clear? So now what you have to do if I'm getting compile time error, go and make changes and make the code run. Now my compilation will be successful. I'll be getting the bytecode and I will be coming to this interpreter stage. At this interpreter stage, again, only this stage, we are going to check for runtime error. At interpreter stage, you're going to check for, there are two types of error. One is compile time error and one is runtime error. Clear? So at the interpreter stage, I will be checking for runtime error. If there is no runtime error, very good. It will successfully take bytecode and convert into machine code and you will get the answer. If there is a runtime error at the interpreter stage, what will happen? No, your code will stop in the middle. It will stop in the middle. So till here, till your compile time, your code will be successful. And this second part, will be unsuccessful. This scenario we used to call it as your output will be generated partial. Okay, so for first half till compile time you will be getting the output, and for second part where you're getting runtime error, for that you will be getting some error message where you will end up with half output and half error message. So this scenario we used to call it as output will be generated partial. Clear? Are you clear with the process? Yes or no? So when you wanted to make some code run, yes, Swati, I'll be discussing on the error. What all the error we'll be having under compile time, how to clear that. What all the error we have under runtime, how to clear that. Everything we're going to show. Okay. Usha, what example you want? I don't know. Let me show you the types of error, how it works. Before that, you have to understand the process happening. Yeah. And what is actually, I told we were talking about bytecode, bytecode. There is an extension for bytecode also. I'll tell you what is that. So for bytecode extension will be, for example, if I have ABC as a bytecode name, ABC dot, your bytecode will be PYC, Python compiled code, because after compilation only I'm getting this bytecode now. So it will be dot .pyc, compiled Python code. Okay, now what is the use of this bytecode? What I'm going to do with that? We'll see that. Okay. See, for example, if you are in Mac, I'm in Windows. You're asking me like, ma'am, please share your calculator application which you have developed. Okay, how can I share it? Actually, we are into different platform. Yes or no? You are in Mac and I'm in Windows. Which one can I share? Can I share the execution file or the source code? What is the execution file? If you are installing some tool or installing some software, first when you're downloading it, the execution file only you will be downloaded, right? Once you're clicking on that execution file, next, if you click on that, then only the tool will be installed. Yes or no? That is called execution file. Okay. So I'm in Windows and you guys are into Mac. Now, how can I share that application with you? Can I share the source code or the execution file? Yes, I think Kushit, right? You're right. Source code. I think Dhanalakshmi, you went a bit advanced level. Yes, bytecode. Of course. But I'm talking about generally. There is no bytecode. How will you share? I can share only the source code, right? Yes or no? Why? Because we are into different platform. I'm in Windows, you are into Mac. So for different platform, there will be a different execution file. I mean, the extension for execution file will be different. In Windows, we have .exe. Yes or no? In Mac, we have .dmg. Something is different extension which will not support if I share the execution file. So in that case, I can go for share the source code. Clear? So if we are into different platform, I can share the source code. Maybe if we both are into Windows, I can directly share the execution file with you. But coming to Python, this is a problem where we are facing with other programming language. But when coming to Python, there is no such issue. Why? Because this bytecode, no, you can share it with any platform. If you're in Mac or Linux or Ubuntu or Windows, doesn't matter. That's why we used to call Python as platform independent. You can share your bytecode. See, after source code, after the compilation, you're getting the bytecode, which you can share it with different platform and the application will work. Clear, guys? Okay. So this process is very, very important because the code is not running as it is. These processes are happening in a millisecond behind, and then only we are getting the answer as 30 by adding two numbers. Clear? And now we'll see types of error. If I say compilation is not successful, how? What are the error we'll be getting it? How to handle it at the compilation stage? If I say interpreter, I have to check for the runtime error. If there is no runtime error, only my interpreter will successfully take bytecode and convert into machine code. So we're going to see what all the runtime error we have and how to handle it. Are you ready? Good. Okay. So please, everyone, you can come back to the collab. You're going to see types of error now. Okay. See, already I have the material, which whatever I'm explaining it from the beginning, I have already a material. Okay, I'm going to share with you. You can explore that later. As of now, implementation, execution, practical is very, very important. That's why I'm just going into the practical. So first we're going to see about compile time. So if you wanted to write some note, keep it hash and write it so that it will be not in a code mode. If I'm not using hash and if I'm writing it as it is, it will consider this this also as a code. Clear? So keep hash and write it. So we're going to see about what all the compile time errors we have. So we have two errors under compile time. One is syntax error and one is indentation error. We'll see what all those errors, how it will occur and how to clear it. Are you ready? Good. Okay. I'm going to proceed. For example, we don't want to take risk. I'm going to take a same code where you have written here. Take the same code, copy and paste it here, so that it will be easy for you to understand, because we haven't started learning any concepts, right? So you know only this basic code to write it. So I'm explaining with this code. Okay. So now we have this code right now. Everything is perfect. If you run, you will get 30. Fine. Okay, we are multiplying. So I'll be getting 200. So now what happens if if I'm missing this bracket? Okay, I'm wantedly doing it. If I'm missing this bracket, run it and see. You will get syntax error. So whenever you make some grammatical mistake, you're missing some comma or bracket or dot or equal to, if I'm missing this multiplication symbol in between, all those grammatical mistake will end up with syntax error. So what happened? This is a compile time error. I'm getting it now. So if I'm getting the syntax error, what happening? You can't see the code is not running. It is stopping in the beginning itself. Yes or no? There is no any output. Maybe if there is no other way, I have to go and correct it. I have to make this bracket, and then only it will run and it will work it. Clear? If I'm missing this equal to in between, run it and see. Again, you will get syntax error. And the error will clearly tell you at which line number the error is, and it will point out the line also. Clear? So this is called syntax error, where you have to definitely go and make changes. You can't do anything with that. This is syntax error. Are you clear with this? Good. Next is indentation error. What is indentation error? The word intent means space. Indentation means what? Space. See, as of now, I'm writing a code with the proper structure. There is no unnecessary space actually. But imagine that here I'm giving some wantedly, I'm giving some space, or by without knowing also we may leave some space here. This is called indentation. Do you think space here is necessary? No. Maybe whenever we are writing some conditional statement, if else, or if you're learning for loop, while loop, for some concepts you have to leave space. Okay. But here space is not required. If I'm leaving unnecessary space here, run this cell and see. You will end up with indentation error. So this is also syntax error. See, wherever you get syntax error, there you won't get any output. There will be complete error message only. Because when you're getting compile time error, which is happening at the beginning stage, if you're getting compile time error, your execution will stop in the beginning itself. Clear, guys? Are you clear with this compile time error? Only two, under this two errors we have. One is syntax error and one is indentation error. Clear? So if you're getting this error, your execution will stop at the beginning. You have to go make changes. Clear? So shall we check what is runtime error we have? What are runtime errors we have? The first one is we have name error. And the second one we have is type error. And the third one we have is value error. So under runtime, we have these three errors. We have to check and clear these three errors. Clear? So under runtime, we have name error, type error, and value error. Let me take the same code. Okay. Now, for example, what is name for in this code? Where do we have the name? We have only one name, that is called variable name. Yes or no? For the variable name, we have A, B, and C. So whenever you're defining some name, that is a variable name. Whenever you're printing some variable name, you have to define it before. For example, if I'm printing C, I have defined the C. What the C is holding now? Multiplication of these two numbers. The answer, it is holding the variable C is holding the answer of multiplication of A and B. So whenever you're printing some variable, you have to define it. For example, I can print A now. In Python, everything is lowercase, okay? As of now. So I can print A. Then I can print B. Okay. So if you run this, it will work. Okay, because whatever the variable name I'm printing it, I have defined it here. So it will work. Now if I'm printing D. Have I defined D variable anywhere? No, I haven't defined. So without defining the variable name, if you're printing it, what will happen? You will end up with name error. Can you see here? You will end up with name error. Okay. So what the error is telling? Clearly it is telling name D is not defined. So without defining, how can you print it? Clear? Learn the error message. It will clearly tell you what mistake you have done and the reason also. And did you notice one more thing over here in the output page? What did I tell when you're getting runtime error? I mentioned that when you're getting compile time error, your execution will stop in the beginning itself. I told that. So only when you make it, only when you clear that compile time error, the complete process will be executed. But what in case of runtime error? What did I tell? If you're getting runtime, your code will stop in the middle. I told that, right? So till compile time error, your code will be successful, and the rest part will be unsuccessful. And for first half, you will get the output, and second half, you will get the error message, which we used to call the scenario as our output is generated partially. Can you see that here in the output page? See till here, till this runtime, I'm getting the answer over here. Look at here. Can you see here? I'm getting answer till here. Till here. Yes. Can you witness that? Only from this line where I'm facing runtime error. For that, I'm getting error message. So which we used to call the scenario as our output is generated partially. Clear? Yes or no? Yes, partial output. So this is called name error. Everyone tried this name error? Shall we proceed to type error? Good. Take the same code. Okay. So that you will understand how the error is taking place and how to handle it. So if you wanted to clear this error, what you have to do? Either you have to remove this D, otherwise define the D. Define D like D equal to 0 or give value for some D. Like if you run this, see, the name error will be handled here. Clear? Now, now just go for type error. Okay, I'm just going to wantedly create the error because then only you will understand what all the error we have. Let me take x equal. Okay, I'm not defining any variable here. C, then x. So I have the name error here. Okay, now just go for the type error. What is type error? Let me take the same code. For example, I'm adding a plus b. Now, what you're adding here, you're adding two integer. You can add two integer or you can add two float, two list, two string. Okay, so now for example, if I'm adding two string, hi, string means, see, apart from variable name, whatever the letter or word or you're taking, that should be kept inside quotation. Otherwise, again, you will get name error stating that such name is not there. For example, if I'm giving hi here, okay, without the quotation, now if I run this, it will tell you, I don't have such word called hi. What is that? It will consider as a variable name. So what you have to do, keep it in the quotation so that it will understand it is a string. We are giving some data as a string. Clear? Now, if I add string with string, hi, hello, what happens? It will work. It will add this two content to a string, hi and hello, and it will give you the output. We used to call this as concatenation, combining two data, concatenating two strings. Okay. But what in case if I'm trying to add string with integer? Do you think this will work? I can't add a string with integer. Either you can add string with string or integer with integer, but I cannot add string with integer. Let me run and see. You will end up with type error. This type error is clearly telling you where the error occurs while combining the string and integer at the line number 3. I'm having the error. And what is that error? Type error. And the reason also it is telling. Either add string string or integer integer, not string to integer. Clear? Are you clear with type error, everyone? Yes, Situ? What? Any doubt? Very simple. When you're adding two data, it should be of same data type. If it is different, you will end up with type error. Clear? Now, next one, value error. For example, if I'm just printing integer, this is somewhat called type conversion, dealing with different data type. For example, if I'm giving 10.5 over here, so I'm giving some float value inside the integer. If I run this, what will happen now? This float will be converted into int. If I run this, you will be getting 10. Got it? Maybe if you're giving float, and if I'm giving only 10, this integer will be converted into float by giving 10.0. See, there is no problem with the integer and float because they both are numbers. Okay, we won't face any issues. But apart from int and float, we have a lot of data type. String, list, yes or no? We have a lot of data types. We'll explore that. The data types components, we're going to see it tomorrow. So when you're dealing with different data type, you will face some type conversion. Now, int and float, there is no issue. What in case if I'm giving int with if I'm giving some string? What will happen now? Then you will get value error, stating that I cannot convert string into integer. This is called value error. Maybe type conversion. Whenever you're dealing with type conversion, if you're giving like this, the combination which is not working out, then you will end up with value error. Clear? Clear with the types of error? So these are the types of error you will face it frequently. So now you got to know what type of error you will be facing when writing a code and how to clear also. Yes? So now you will clear the error by yourself. Yes or no? Very good. I'm getting a lot of yes. That's wonderful. Okay. So now can you just anyone or maybe tell me like how many types of error? See, as of now, we have a compile time error and runtime error. Generally when you write a code. But when you're going into advanced level, you will be having some exceptional errors. That will be like we are seeing when we are going into that topic. Whenever you're dealing with file, data, you will have errors based on that. So that will be covered separately. As of now, generally when you're writing a code, you will face this error. This is a very common error. You will get it in all the places. Yes, see, to exception handling. So when you come to exception handling, you will get to know what are the errors we have. But that is advanced level. We need some time to reach that. Okay. So as of now, this is enough. Just whatever I'm taking, be confident in that. So day by day, if you're getting confident, at the end, you will see your result, how much we are done with Python. Clear? Any questions or any doubts you have from the beginning, whatever we have seen today, you can go for it. Because clearing the doubts in between, as I told, which will disturb the flow. So maybe we can have it at the end, the discussion session. Any doubts? I hope everyone are clear. Yes, Rinki, you will be getting the notes on daily basis. Thank you, Ajil Ferrick. Thank you. Okay, so can anyone tell me from the beginning what all we have seen it today? Yes. See, we have seen the scope of Python, introduction and history of Python, yes or no? Then later, what we have seen, how to write a basic code and what are the components are necessary for that, yes or no? Then the process of Python, how the process is happening in behind. We saw that. And then we have discussed types of error and how to handle that error. So clear? Everyone maybe like, maybe how many of you tried this code along with me today, side by side? Give thumbs up. How many of you tried the implementation along with me? Wonderful, wonderful. Happy to see this. Yes. So on daily basis, please do this. So the implementation is going to be like a lot of examples we are going to see tomorrow. Because this is an introduction session, I have to go from the sum, I have to cover a few theory parts. How the process is taking place, I have to do that. So from tomorrow, it's going to be 100% practical session. So if you're trying it along with me, it's very good. You'll able to see the 100% result. That's great, actually. You guys adapted quickly and tried along with me. That's wonderful, actually. So because many will face issue while dealing with that Google Colab, and I don't see such thing over here. Great. So thank you. That's it for today. So tomorrow we're going to continue with data types, operators. Okay. So once we start writing a code, you will have the flow. So at the end, I can promise that you're ready to write the code for whatever the question I'm giving. Okay. So let me know if you have any doubts. I can clarify and we can wind up.
So dear participants, unmute. So attendance link will be posted in comment box as well as YouTube live comment box. Please fill the attendance link. Then only you will get a certificate for everyone. And if you have any doubt, don't hesitate to ask our resource person. Yes, I think no one is.
Yeah, I think everyone is clear. Fine. So shall we wind up?
Shall we wind up?
Yes. I hope everyone is clear. Let me know. I'll wait for 2 more minutes. If you have any doubts, I'm ready to clarify and move.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Ricky.
Yeah, can the timings be little earlier if possible?
Yeah, actually, sorry, I forgot to mention one thing. Maybe from tomorrow we'll have it at 6 p.m. Is that fine?
Little more earlier at 5 p.m. Is it
5
possible?
p.m. I just wanted to check with the person who's I think Shaker. Can you guide on this?
Ma'am, 6 p.m. madam, tomorrow only.
6 p.m. It will be like a suitable timing for everyone. It is a bit early. I don't know how many of them are feeling comfortable with that time. Is everybody okay with 6 p.m.? Just give me a thumbs up. Good. So we're going to have from 6 to 7:30. Great. So thank you all. See you tomorrow by 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank Thank you.